Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Visky, aka Vaden. Today we're back with another YouTube video. Um, as you can see, I took a little break, but here we are back from said break. I was going through some shit, but not really some shit. I just needed a break. But again, here we are back from said shit. So, today is October 5th, 2025. Today's topic is going to be do it. And what I mean by that is do it. No Nike. Please don't copyright me. I didn't add the just. But yeah, do it. And apply that to any circumstance, any situation you want to in your life. Because I say you should do it. No, wait. Before you get any crazy ideas, what I mean in this video is do it to things that'll positively benefit you, positively benefit people around you, positively benefit your overall life experience. Do not just do it to something that will put you in a binder, put you in a cop car, put you in jail, injure someone around you, the whole 9 yards. Let's think positive, not negatively, but do it. Just a disclaimer in case anyone wants to get me in trouble. But yeah, going into my first topic is I feel like I've talked about this on my channel before, but time is of the essence. And I'm sure you all know this because, right now, the present moment is the youngest you'll ever be. It's the most mentally sane you'll be, the most mentally sharp, the most physically capable. Again, the whole 9 yards, this present moment. So why not take advantage of that? A lot of people take your health for granted. And, one day, God forbid, you might not wake up. Our time on this earth is limited. You might not be able to walk. Let's not go as far as to death, but you might not be able to walk. And so you're going to think about, if you can't walk, you're going to think about it's like when you're sick, right? Your nose gets clogged. You think about all those times when your nose wasn't clogged. So yeah, do it. Time is of the essence because the best time to start was yesterday. And now the next best time is now. Sorry. I'm sure we've all heard that quote, and if you haven't, allow me to introduce you to it. And what I take from that is, the next best time, or the best time to start was yesterday. You should have, whenever you got that idea about, starting that business, asking that girl out, taking that trip, doing whatever, you should have did it yesterday because that was the best time to do it. But now, all you have is the present moment. That was the past. All you have is now. So the next best time is now. Get it done while you can, because again, we taking advantage of all opportunities that we can in this lifetime. Because I think the biggest thing about not doing it now, or not doing it, quote unquote, is fear. I think fear holds people back from a lot in life, and I am one of those people. I used to allow fear to stop me from doing a lot of things I wanted to do in life. I used to let it stop me from talking to certain women, doing certain things, like anything. I'm sure anyone can relate to that. Sometimes we are our biggest enemy, our mind, and fear accumulates in the mind. It festers in the mind. So, your mind is very powerful and it can stop you from doing things. So, fear blocks blessings because you never know what's on the next side, on the other side of that opportunity, of that action. You never know what's on the other side of just doing it, whatever that is for you, doing it. Carrying on to the next topic, I think sometimes the topic of do it right, a person's counter argument to that could be, oh, well, I don't have the means to, right? Money, time, people, whatever excuse you want to give. I say do it alone. I say do it broke. I say do it scared. I say do it unsure. Because again, you just never know. And hear me out. What if it works out? What if it just works out? I think that's the mindset that we all should at least try to implement in our brains whenever, a new endeavor or opportunity pops up in our life. Because I think most people's first thought is like, oh, that's not gonna work. This is not meant for me. I can't do that. XYZ. Just a whole bunch of plethora of negative possibilities. But like, why not replace that with the positive ones? Like, what if it works out? Like, what if you start up that business and then shit, you become the next. Shit, all the millionaires are like bad people, but you just be a good millionaire. I believe in you. You could be a good one, but you just take that step, take that risk, because there's no reward without risk. Anybody who's rich in this life, anybody who's let me not say rich, because that's not everyone's pinnacle of success or happiness. Let's say if you want to be successful, if you want to be happy, you gotta take that next step. You gotta do what it is you're afraid to do, because that's how you get to where you want to be. Doing the things that you feel like could put you in a hole, when in theory or in spirit and in hope, and more times than not, shit, that should be turning people up, just taking that step, because you never know where it will lead you to, but you gotta take that step to find out. You feel me? So again, I say do it alone. You don't need somebody to take that trip with you. Go to Mexico alone. Go to Belize alone. Go to Switzerland alone. I've been thinking about going to Ireland. I might go do that shit alone, and I might just vlog it so y'all can see that I'm really practicing what I'm preaching. Do it alone. Again, another person's not excuse, but reason as to not do it is money. And I understand that. The state of the world is shitty right now. It's very hard to come by some dollars other than like what you need for necessities. Rent, whatever you got to take care of, kids. But shit, money gonna come and go, bro. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to me, but listen to me. But money gonna come and go. It's a piece of paper, bro. You can go to work next week and make that shit right back. The memories that you will make from doing whatever it is that you want to do, traveling, shit, don't buy a fucking new car, but take somebody out, take yourself out, fuck somebody else, take yourself out. We talking about you. Or if you want to take your mama out for a nice day, you want to take your lady out, take your man out. Make sure the person deserves it though. Make sure the money that's being spent is being spent in a way that'll benefit you or the other person. Don't just be willy-nilly spending money. But do it, bro. Money gonna come back. The memories will last forever. I promise you. You're gonna be 10 times more happy that you went and did whatever it is that you said you was gonna do. If you wanna start that business, bro. If you wanna go buy that apartment, my nigga, take that next check and figure it out, bro. That's what life is about. Everybody else, some people might say this is bad advice because it's like I'm just telling you to figure it out. But if you literally think about it, what have you been doing for your whole life? Figuring it out. This shit is so unplanned. No one has the map to life. Every day you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. You've never seen tomorrow. I've never seen tomorrow. The next person has never seen tomorrow. All we know is right now. So all we know is figuring it out. You can sort of plan, but you just never know what's gonna happen. So do it. Do it scared. Again, fear blocks blessings, bro. And I feel like we all could use a blessing right now. You know what I'm saying? So do it. Do it. And do it unsure, because I feel like the fear and the uncertainty of whatever said action you're going to do kind of ties together because you're scared that it won't work. And then, you're uncertain that it won't work. Sorry, I had to yawn. I just canceled out my yawn. But yeah, just do it, man. Do it alone, do it broke, do it scared, do it unsure. Just do it. I've been stuck on this segment for a minute, but I feel like this is the most important part of the video, because again, you could give me 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't do something or you can't do something. I'd say you can't do something. You can't take that trip. You can't ask out that girl. You can't do whatever it is that you got in your mind. But in the midst of you giving those 99 reasons, 1,000 reasons, in the midst of that, you could have did what you said you couldn't do. You feel me? So do it, bro. Carrying on to topic numero tres. I say you never know what's on the other side of that wall if you don't act. And again, I already kind of touched on it, but it's so true, because you just never know what could come from listening to your ideas. Think about all the successful people in the world. Like, they had that idea and they just went out and did that shit. They just went out and got it. And it's gonna take some hard work, it's gonna take some grit and grind, but that's a part of the process. You can't just expect shit to be handed to you. That's just not how life works. You're gonna have to work a little bit, but you can make anything happen if you're determined enough. If you feel like whatever it is that you are going to go do, if you feel like it really sits in your spirit and you think about it like that too, I feel like a lot of times some people don't think about what they want. Take some time to yourself and think about what you really want your life to look like. Think about who you want to be as a person. And after you think about that, maybe write it down, store it somewhere to where you can constantly reassure yourself that you're doing, that your actions align with this said person or said life that you say you want to have. Because my cat's making an appearance, but yeah, like a lot more times than not, people don't think about the life that they want. Manifestation is real. Like, you, again, it's the proof is in the pudding. Like, think about the richest people. I think I heard the story just about Jim Carrey, how he wrote $1 million check to himself in like Hollywood or something, and now look at him like a millionaire. Like, sometimes you gotta envision the life that you want before it gets to you. Sometimes you gotta. For some people they pray, for some people they think about it, some people they manifest. Whatever it is that however you get around, bro, do that. So you can envision that life for yourself. Picture yourself where you want to be, so that when you get there, it's not a false sense of reality for you. You already been thinking about this shit. You already knew this shit was destined for you. So you never know what's on the other side of that wall if you don't act, bro. You just gotta act. Life is too short. And lastly, now this is not a very niche, but this is for my 20-year-olds, and even in your 30s, bro. Maybe in your 40s and 50s. I can't speak for y'all if there's any 30, 40-year-olds watching. I'm 21, so I feel like in your 20s, this is the perfect time to fuck up, Because let's say I can't tell you all that if you go do whatever it is you're going to go do, I can't tell you that it's going to go right. I'm not, what's some fucking thing that tells the future? I don't know. I'm not an 8 ball, I can encourage you, but sometimes shit just don't play out. Sometimes life don't always go the way we want it to, and I'm sure we all know that. But that's okay, because especially if you're in your 20s, bro, this is the time for you to fuck up. There's a tremendous amount of room for error in your 20s, and you should use that to your fullest advantage. And it's something that I myself am like realizing that I can fuck up. I have the space to fuck up because I'm 20. I'm 21. I have 9 more years into my 30s. 9 years is not a lifetime, but that's 365 days times 9. I don't know the math on that, but let's just, maybe I'll put it up right there. That's X amount of days, but that's a lot of days to fuck up. And in the fuck ups, you can recover from those fuck ups if you picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? In your 20s, this is the perfect time to just do things, figure yourself out, figure out where you want to be in life, and mess up. Because again, especially if you have no kids, if you have no responsibilities tying you down, like, it is the perfect time to do things, try things out, figure out who you are, figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like, figure out, mess up financially, and also mess up financially, but also learn to be financially stable, learn to, get in line with your finances, get in line with your emotions. Do all of these things, like go in relationships, break up, man. Fuck around, get married, don't get divorced. And I'm not gonna say get married, let me not say that. But even like I said, your 20s is a time for error, bro. You can fuck up. Obviously, don't go to jail or anything, but you can make mistakes, bro. You're not gonna, life goes on, bro. The sun is gonna rise again, and I feel like that's a perfect analogy, bro. The sun is gonna rise again. It's not like the world stops whenever you mess up, bro. And I feel like I used to be a victim of that mindset. I used to think whenever I fucked up, like, damn, my life is over. How am I gonna recover from this, and XYZ and XYZ and XYZ? And it's just like, bro, I just went to sleep that night from whatever said fuck up I had. I went to sleep that night and woke up the next morning, and I kept that motherfucker rolling. And here we are today, like, in a better position than I was whenever that situation occurred. So sometimes, again, as I said, sometimes our mind is our biggest enemy. But sometimes you got to look at where your feet are and be able to, like, reground yourself and talk to yourself and let yourself know, like, hey, man, this shit gonna be all right, because guess what? I got tomorrow. And again, like I said, I feel like for your 20s, this is the best time to do that. Again, I mean, your 30s, you not, well, in your 30s, you unk a little bit, but you still got time, bro. You're not 40 yet. And when you 40, shit, you can start over, bro. It's never too late to start over. I've seen 60-year-olds, like, start over. You know, I've seen old people. I got old. I'm not gonna tell you what I do for work, but there's I mainly work around younger people. You know, it's kind of like it's a program. I'm in my first year of said program, and majority of people who starting in the program are younger. You know, either coming out of high school or like in their early 20s. But there's a couple of men, women in their later 30s, early 40s. You know, but it's never too late to start over. You know, and I feel like that's just such a testament to like their mindset. You know, like they're willing to start over at such a late, not such a late stage in life, sorry, but a later stage in life than their peers around them, you know? And that can be intimidating for some people, and I get it, but it's your life, bro. At the end of the day, like, fear blocks blessings for real. If you scared of being, like, ridiculed by some teenagers, like, come on, bro, you too old. Fuck them teenagers, bro. This is your life. You gotta get to that money, or not even just the money. You gotta live your life and get to where you want to get to in your life. So if you gotta go be around some teenagers for a couple of years, bro, you gonna be broke, or you gonna go be around the teenagers for a couple of years. And that's just this situation I'm using. But in anything, like, are you gonna sacrifice now, or are you gonna regret it later? It's the biggest question. The best question I can give to y'all at the end of this video. Are you going to do the work it takes to be where you want to be, or are you going to put it off, and whenever you are supposed to be where you're supposed to be and you realize you're not at where you wanted to be, are you going to regret it? You're going to regret it, but are you going to be like, damn, I should have did that 10, 15 years ago or a year ago, you know? Because the time going to pass anyways, bro. Time going to pass anyways. I think that's the biggest thing I've had to realize within myself. Like, whenever I got to do something that's like a little longer than I want it to be, time's going to pass anyway. So I might as well spend this time doing and like accomplishing what I want to accomplish so that I can get it done either way or get it out the way, you know? Um, but yeah, guys, that's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you all took something from it. Again, like I said, do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And remember, do it alone, do it broke, do it scared, do it unsure. Just do it. And yeah, you guys be safe. Let me know how y'all feel about this video. I haven't made a little pep talk, I guess you could say, video in a while. So let me know how y'all feel about this. I'll be making like some ASMR videos. I just took a trip, so I'm gonna be editing that video too. So I'll upload that pretty shortly. So yeah, I appreciate you all for watching. If you made it this far, have a great rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever time you're watching this. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Peace out.